So I am talking about the ideal operation theatres, no financial interest. So why the need of ideal operation theatre? Because surgical care is an integral part of any eye care system, and ophthalmitis is a most devastating complication of any ocular surgery. Surgical site infections are the second most common cause of hospital acquired infections. So every step should be taken to reduce any devastating complication of surgery. If we look at the evolution of operation theatre, it has evolved from 18th century to 19th century, and it has come from a simple room with minor equipments to packed theatre and eventually to the sterile and special environment of modern operation theatre. This is a consequence of acceptance of germ theory of the disease that was theorized in mid 16th century and validated in mid 19th century. If we look at the historical perspective, cataract surgery has been done in houses like couching, in camp surgery like schools, dharmshala, community halls, and hospital, primary and community centers, and other venues like train, plane, van, and ship. So, what is ideal operation theatre? An ideal operation theatre is an environment in which all sources of pollution and microenvironment alterations are kept strictly under control. And fundamental principle is no harm to the patient and surgeon. Standard operation theatre protocol should be maintained. An operation theatre should be customized according to the size of the hospital, patient's turnover, available resources, and future need. So it includes location, design, environment, equipment, and CSSD, other supplies, traffic of operation theatre, dress code, maintenance, OR surveillance, OR biohazards, waste disposal, safety measures, handling of emergency, and proper ongoing training of staff. So subsequent speakers will speak in other topics. So location should be low-rise building. OT should be separated from general traffic and air movement of rest of the hospital. So operation theatres are divided in the zones. It is outer zone, clean zone, sterile zone, and disposal zone. And according to the zones, bacteriological count progressively diminishes from outer to inner zones, like operating area, and it and is maintained by differential decreasing positive pressure ventilation gradient from the inner zone to outer zone. So outer zone acts as a reception area, admission area, and accessible to all. Clear zone is comprises of changing room, patient's operation room, preparation room, and this transfer zone, and it is accessible only to OR staff. Aseptic zone is a sterile area, and it includes the space of scrub for the scrub and gowning, actual operating area, as well as the area where instruments are cleaned and sterilized. Disposal zones used linen and disposals are managed. Equipments and supplies are processed. So advantage of zoning are minimize the hospital infection, minimize the unproductive movement of the staff and the supplies and patients, increase the efficiency of operative team members, ensures the smooth workflow, decreases the hazards of operation rooms, ensures the proper positioning of the equipments. So this is outer zone, which is reception, admission, patient and patient changing area. Clean zone is changing room of OR staff, pre-op area, block room, anesthetic room, post recovery, as well as the transfer corridors for shifting of the patient to OR. Aseptic zone is a scrubbing, gowning, operation room, and CSSD. Disposal, it is dirty or survey this supply room, as well as this corridor and equipment and supplies. So the design of operation theatre is the space should be in OT accommodate the needed equipments and staff. Then OT room should be minimal of 250 square feet, but if it needs the general anesthesia, pediatric and retina, then it should be 400 square feet. and if it is needed more light and other equipments, then it should be 576 square feet, and door should be of adequate width. It is 1.2 to 1.5 meter. It should be sliding with a small window on the door. The surface should be slip resistant with minimum joints. Wall should be seamless wall and washable paints. Pendants for the pipe like services like oxygen, nitrous oxide, medical vacuum, compressed air and electric sockets. Lighting should be ceiling mounted and it should be 500 lux with minimal glare. UPS should be of adequate capacity for operation theatre light, microscope and machines, monitors till like generator backup comes. Audio system for recording of surgery and demonstration and teaching. The scrub area, this scrub sink should accommodate at least 2 to 3 person. Water filter as well as the water, this tap should be hand or this elbow or foot operated. Water tap should be 10 centimeter of the wash basin, and adequate and continuous water supply should be in operation theatre. An environment of operation theatre, so ventilation and temperature should be maintained, because during the surgical procedure dust particles, textile fibers, skin scales, respiratory areoles are loaded with viable microorganisms and are released from surgical team in operation theatre. The risk of infection is significant with the aerobic bacterial counts in the range of 700 to 1800 bacteria carrying particles, but it is significant when the count is 180 per cubic meter. High quality air is essential to control the risk of surgical infections. Direction of flow should be from the operation theatre to the main entrance. Efficient ventilation controls temperature and humidity in operation theatre, and separate air handling unit should be in for each theatre. The air flow should be unidirectional flow. HEPA filters have a 99.7% efficiency in removing the air from airborne particles of 0.3 micron and above by ceiling mounted laminar air flow. And the physical parameters, positive pressure system should be in operation theatre. It should be 5 centimeter H2O from ceiling of OT to downwards and outwards to push the air from OT. Relative humidity should be 40 to 60% and temperature should be 20 to 24 degrees centigrade. In one operation theatre, one operation table should be, it is 1.8 meter long. Instrument trolley should be 0.9 meter. Workplace should be around 1.2 meter around the table, and per operation table should be 3 set of surgical equipments. Unwanted equipment should not be in the operation theatre. And in this pre-op area, there should be monitor should be available, oxygen gas suction pipeline should be connected with the central supply, but the standby facility should also be available. Patient should have a stretcher, trolley, wheelchair and available in the pre-op area. CSSD for sterilization of the instruments, equipment and materials. At the end of the operation theatre, there should be buzzer system to inform the CSSD. This material should be go through the hatch window, and there the dirty corridor should be patrolled by the staff. Supply to the operation theatre should be from the other end, and traffic of OT should be controlled. There should not be crowd in the operation theatre. The other facilities also are important in operation theatre, like for the communication, telephones, intercom and code warning signals. Data management also important for customized network connections for the record material and management. Sterile this satellite store for the supplies. Safety measures, proper place of fire extinguishers and other safety measures. Restroom for the staff, changing room and locker facilities. For operation theatre, CMC and AMC also very important, and also should plan for the spare parts. Air conditioning maintenance are also very important. Dress code is also important for the staff to upgrade, because the technologies are advancing on a daily basis. So we have to train our staff for the equipments as well as the these processes. So, in conclusion, ideal operation theatre can provide maximum benefit to maximum number of patients, it saves the surgeon from the stress, prevents the devastating complications like endophthalmitis, and it improves the cost effectiveness of the hospital. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr.